I'm Atif Khan, co-founder, CTO of the company. We are just going to spend very little time on giving you an overview of the company, and then we're going to spend more time on what we do, how we do it, what value we bring to our customers, and how we do things differently. So we are a networking company focused on cloud networking use case. We provide network infrastructure as a service, which allows our customers to build a common network across clouds, across on-prem locations, across remote users, with built-in security and network services. Obviously, policy and management layer on top with full visibility and day two troubleshooting types of controls. I'm sure you have heard this many times before from many others. We would like to spend more time on showing you the value and how we are doing it differently. Quickly, some of our where we are as far as the journey is concerned. We are deployed in many large enterprises as well as mid-market customers. What do large enterprises mean to us? These are obviously large enterprises. Many of them are tens of billions of dollars in revenue, tens of thousands of employees. But to us, it's large deployments. So some of them already have deployed multi-million dollars per year types of deployments with us. Mid-market is more like, for us, it's anywhere from 100 to a few $100,000 types of deployments for us, which are there. So many of our customers, or some of our customers, are public references. They have spoken at public conferences about us, with us. There are webinars available online. There's a bunch of information available about their deployments on our website also. So I won't spend too much time on it. We'll cover the use cases in the sections to follow, and we'll go into more details there. This is the slide you probably have seen many times in different formats. I'm not going to spend any time on it. We know that move to the cloud is happening, has happened. Apps are in the cloud. They're moved to the cloud. Cloud is agile. What does it do to the network? We'll spend more time what we are doing, how we are doing it, what value we're bringing from that perspective. So in the sections to follow, we'll go into more details. I'll give you more of a high-level overview of what we are doing. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. But we would like to spend more time on showing you how we are doing all of it. Today, I'll give you a little bit of a history, how we got to this point, and then I'll spend, again, this is also the slide. Everybody talks about like complexity in the cloud. Everything is getting more and more complex, and everybody is saying that they're making cloud networking simple. We're also saying the same thing from a high level, but devil is in the details, so we'll go into like more details there. But how we got to this point, I'll give you a little bit of history. 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, when we were doing the previous company, SD-WAN company, more and more customers started coming to us asking for extending their private WAN into the cloud or to the cloud. At that time, it was SD-WAN, so extending SD-WAN fabric into the cloud. We came up with this, at that time, cloud on-ramp types of a solution. We started using this transit VPC architecture. We built a transit VPC, automated all of that through our management platform, spun up virtual SD-WAN appliances inside the transit VPC, extended the fabric to transit VPC, and then from there, we connected to host VPCs there. But again, that comes with its own challenges and didn't meet all the needs of what we are seeing now. So we started like thinking about like how could we do something in that space to make it better and bring more value to the customers. The easiest would have for us would have been to just evolve that architecture more like a CSR type of architecture with a fancy controller, with all the cloud workflows automated through the controller and coming up with a cloud networking solution. We decided not to do it. We decided to do it as a service, and we'll go into more details. Many of our customers are global. They are, even if they are in many of the large enterprises, many of them are predominantly in one cloud. They're extending, or they're going into other public clouds also, but predominantly in one cloud. But even those who are predominantly in one cloud, they are global. They are in different regions. There are different types of requirements. Again, not spending too much time because you have seen this before. App-to-app requirement, connectivity from the apps to internet, cloud-to-cloud requirements. But then on-prem, the users are everywhere. On-prem, remote users, they are connecting to apps, they are connecting to internet. Also, like, how do you bring everything together? We do all of that stuff, but again, we want to show you like how we do it, all of it differently. One of the main things here is that when you deploy these cloud networks, when your network is all global, when you have all of this in different regions and different clouds also, or same cloud in different regions. Now this network, or which used to be like a single transit VPC, now it's a full fabric or full cloud which you're building in the middle. That becomes more like a hub or more like a network hub, and there could be multiple of these hubs. And now, when you have multiple of these and you have multiple on-prem locations connecting to these multiple hubs, it's a full network architecture that you have to look at. It's not in isolation that you're just looking at the cloud network part. And there, before when you start deploying these large deployments, large environments, all of these routing issues, all of these, when you're connecting your sites or data centers to multiple of these hubs or multiple data centers, all of the route loops and prefixes coming in from on-prem, from different sites, you have to take into consideration all of that. So it's a full networking solution that you have to deploy. Otherwise, it becomes very complicated to run and manage. And everybody talks about simplicity. And we have also seen that in the past also, from our experience, we embarked on this journey of simplifying WAN. And before we knew, in certain areas, we complicated it even more. But here, that's why we started to take a fresh approach. We started to look at it from providing it as a service. So what have we done here? So before I go into details of what exactly it is, basically it's a cloud basic fabric, common infrastructure which customers are able to build using our infrastructure as a service. It's a global offering. You can connect any of your cloud, any of your on-prem location, any of the remote users. So you have on-prem connectivity here. You have remote users, you have your different clouds which connect to this platform in the middle. One of the main things is that in the middle, what we have done is, since we have built our own platform, so we have provided a services capability, and this is like where security services, network services, all these plug in. We have our own services as well. So you can bring in third-party services. We have integration with third-party services there. You can run those services on our platform, or you use our services. On top, we have intelligent policy and management layer, and then on top we have visibility and governance. So it's a full networking solution sitting in the middle, and it's all delivered as a service. So let me go into a bit more details on the next slide. And how it works is we have built our own platform. It's sitting inside the cloud. It's infrastructure as a service. People can use this infrastructure as a service to choose a location, choose a region, and start building their network on top. So it's a virtual network on top, provides three aspects to it: connectivity, services, and then all policy management, visibility on top of it. It's our own data plane, it's our own control plane, it's our own management plane, which we have built. So we are in the data path. We are not just orchestrating the cloud constructs for the customer. Customer connects to our platform, and we are in the data path, and we apply all the policies and all the services there. It's a services platform also where we allow integration with other third-party services. We'll go into more details in the demo. We have partnered with we have many technology partners, from firewall services to DDI, IPAM services to others. And then we also have like a lot of go-to-market partners. From a customer's point of view, you can think of this infrastructure which allows them to spin up a virtual instance of point of presence, or you can think of it as a colo. And you choose a region, you spin it up, because our infrastructure is sitting underneath, you spin it up on top. It's a multi-tenant infrastructure that we have built. So on the same underlying infrastructure, you can onboard, or we can onboard multiple customers, but the customers see their own virtual environment. They build their own virtual environment on top. We call these instances which customers bring up in different regions, cloud exchange points. These cloud exchange points are brought up globally. Wherever there's a cloud region, we can pretty much bring up a CXP there. When customers bring up these CXPs, we provide full mesh routed connectivity, segmented connectivity between these CXPs also. So immediately you get a full mesh of routed connectivity between them. Example being, if you spin up one in APAC, if you spin up one in US East, US West, or any region, you immediately have a global high-speed connectivity. We provide SLAs to the customers also. Everything is built in a very highly resilient and highly available fashion. So all this infrastructure underneath is elastic. The more customers we bring in, the more bandwidth requirements that we have from customers as they grow. We grow our infrastructure underneath, which customers don't even see the infrastructure growing. We just meet the customers' requirements as far as the capacity is concerned, and connectivity services, all of that is concerned.
So these cloud exchange points, are they appliances, and does the customer spin them up? And if so, in one, say, for example, one region, how many do they spin up to have an environment?
So these are not appliances. So it's all offered as a service, and we'll show it to you in a demo. So our infrastructure is running underneath. They come to, and we'll show you, they come to a different region. Let's say they have users in APAC, and they have cloud connectors which are required in, let's say, in US East. So they can spin up, let's say they spin up 2 of these CXPs, which are virtual instances on top of our infrastructure. And they onboard their, let's say, users to wherever the CXP, the closest CXP to the users. They onboard the cloud connectors to the CXP, which is closest to the cloud connectors. They get full high-speed connectivity between the CXPs, which we orchestrate for them. We build a virtual network for them. And then if they have requirements where you need to exit to the internet, let's say you have your cloud apps which need connectivity to internet, or you need to put like some services like firewalls in there. Maybe you have some security policies. So we allow customers to spin up or bring those security services. They can be third-party services like, let's say, Palo Alto Firewall or Fortinet or Checkpoint Firewall. We have technology partnerships with all of them. And then they can apply security policies or the policies on top to steer traffic intelligently through those services. We don't spin them up in line. So this is all policy-based. Let's say you only want internet-bound traffic to go through a stateful, let's say, a firewall. And let's say if you're just going from your private on-prem network, or users are accessing the cloud, let's say if you have AWS or something, you don't want that traffic to go through a firewall. So you can do all of that stuff. But no, they're not spinning up any agents or any nodes themselves. It's our infrastructure. They just bring up they start building their virtual network on top. So you can think of it as the same way. Today, when you bring up like a instance in AWS, you don't know what's running underneath. So you just like put your requirements in, and based on your requirements, you get like a virtual machine somewhere. So similarly here, infrastructure is ours. You build your network on top. So that's like one of the main differentiators. We have taken this as a service approach where we built the infrastructure. And now you don't have to download anything, or you don't have to run anything in your account from that perspective. So that's why I said like the easiest would have been if we had a CSR type of a virtual router, virtual node type of an approach with a controller, where we would tell customers to just run that in a transit VPC type of an architecture, and then just connect to and would connect those virtual nodes together. So we took like the different approach, because we think that industry is moving towards as a service type of model, consumption model. And we are seeing a lot of success from customers, and we'll go into those details, the use cases. And the use cases are not just, the cloud specific use cases, because it's a full network that you have to keep in mind. Everything is moving towards the cloud. Now you can scale like services inside the cloud also. We have like tons of customers who have started, scaling their remote access deployments in the cloud. They have started moving, let's say, I'll give you an example of Global Protect. They have started moving Global Protect into the cloud, and they can start spinning these VM series virtual appliances everywhere, different locations across the globe. And they can auto scale those inside the cloud. So cloud provides all those capabilities, and we build on top of it. So that's where we are different from everybody, but we'll go into those details and show you exactly like how we are different. And because you can't just do a science project, you have to do something which brings in a lot of value to the customers.
Of course.
And we'll show you in our next sections how we are doing all of that stuff. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and I'll look forward to the demo as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to giving you guys a demo also. As I mentioned, it's all delivered as a service. And I call it network infrastructure as a service because it's our infrastructure. It's multi-tenant. We onboard multiple tenants on top of it. We scale the infrastructure, highly available, highly resilient. We can go into those details also, how we make it available and resilient at some point. And one of the major aspects of capabilities of this platform is service insertion. These are from customers' point of view, many of our large customers, they have standardized on, let's say, a certain security vendor. So we allow them to either bring their own license and spin up those security appliances inside of our CXPs, or we offer them pay as they go also. So, but the larger customers, usually they have ELA with one of these large security vendors. They spin up those security services inside our cloud, our platform, and they manage it just like they manage all of their other security appliances across on-prem locations, the same way they manage those inside of the cloud. Then we integrate with many of the existing like the WAN technologies, like the SD-WAN vendors also. When we say we integrate, it's one thing just spinning up a SD-WAN appliance in one VPC and connecting it via IPsec to a node which is sitting maybe in the transit VPC or something. So that's not what I mean when I say integration. We integrate fully, meaning that the SD-WAN appliances, we extend the fabric into our CXP, so inside of our platform. So it's integrated, it's all the way inside of our platform. You extend the fabric there. And then connecting on-prem locations to our platform, there are multiple ways. If you need high-speed connectivity into the cloud, we integrate with the Direct Connect or Express Route. We automate all of those also. We make them multi-tenant also because it's a multi-tenant solution, so you can do virtualization on top as well. You can also extend in a way your MPLS into these CXPs. There are different ways we can go into those details. There are different services which some service providers provide, so we can go into those details as well. So these are some of the services that we offer, and then on top we build our own services as well. So since we have built a platform, it's our platform, so we can build all these services or many services on top. And there are many use cases like the business partner use case, intercompany routing types of use cases, because now within large enterprises, there are thousands of accounts that they have, the cloud accounts. There's a big need for keeping many of these separate. So segmentation becomes like a one of the key requirements for the customers. So how do we do that? We'll go into those details as well. So these companies have hundreds or even more VPCs, VNets, thousands of accounts. So all of that comes into this picture. So as I said, some of our customers are public references, and these are a few of them which we have put up here. Some of them are very, very large deployments. And when I say large deployments, these are global, worldwide deployments. So these CXPs are deployed globally, multiple of these CXPs. And they have hundreds or in some cases, they have thousands of remote sites which are connecting directly to our platform through SD-WAN. There are many data centers across the globe as well, and data centers are connecting via high-speed direct connects or express routes into our platform. So it's truly like all of these are truly global deployments, and you can find like and those who are listening and those who are going to be watching this afterwards, they can find a lot more information about these deployments.
On the connectors, I assume all that's highly available. You can have multiple connectors, and
yes,
there's no single points of failure.
There's no single point of failure here. When we bring up connectors, we bring up in redundant fashion, depending on where the connector is. If the connector is from on-prem side, we can build two connectors which are ending up in let's say two different availability zones.
Yeah.
We can do a lot there, and from the infrastructure point of view, it's a cluster of nodes. It's not like one node which is sitting in there. So our CXP is like a elastic cluster of nodes which is sitting there. So it all scales. It's highly redundant also. So there is no single point of failure there as well.
Are there any licensing implications, requirements, or costs associated with providing that high availability?
It's the cost, like our cost goes up obviously, but that's like all built into how we charge the customers and stuff. So but we take care of all. So from a customer's point of view, we are the cloud network provider. So they pay us, and they don't have to go and pay for the host VPCs and their applications which are running in the cloud. They're still paying the cloud provider, but for the network part, they're paying us. We become the network provider.